So, can this unit actually solo rifts? This is one of the more important questions that I have for this unit. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to boss events right here. I already know some of what this unit can actually do. We're gonna sell, okay, which one are we gonna bring? We're gonna remove these units right here. We're gonna keep Soboro. We're gonna get Harukarin. And then we're also gonna get Luz. These are basically just support units to help out Sung Jin-woo. So, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna click start right here, and we're gonna place our Sung Jin-woo and Igris right here, which will give us enough time. Okay, maybe like right here, this will give us enough time to basically place down all of our units. We're gonna place down farms for now, and then we're gonna place down Sung Jin-woo and Igris later on. Placing them at the front will be too difficult, so I'll just place them right here at the back. Place all the farm units already. This will help us out a lot. Alright, we can place him down now, and we can, okay. Just to prepare, we can already start summoning the bear unit. The bear unit will basically start killing the enemies already. He should get rid of a few of them, which should help us out. Then we'll place down our Harukarin right here, just to get that buff a little bit faster. Alright, this will help us get that buff a little bit faster. And, okay, boom, then boom. There you go. We're gonna place Luz, and Luz is basically just a support unit. She's gonna get rid of overshield HP. I do still count this as solo because they basically don't do any damage anyways. Alright. Okay. Summon one again. Then let's upgrade these ones right here. Since we are closer to the enemies, this is gonna be a little bit harder. But I think we should still be good. Okay, so that's 28 mana right now. Okay, so shielded queen, she's a problem. Maybe I'll upgrade him a little bit just so that we can get steel. Then I'll place steel down in a little bit when we get like 60, and we get one max mana basically. So I'm not doing as much damage because these enemies are pretty tough, but I think I should be fine. Okay, max these out. Now I have to max you out. Okay, alright, so we are at 88 mana. I think I'll place steel down and then upgrade the farm just to the max capacity here. Steel is over there with 174,000 HP. Now I'll upgrade you a little bit just for that. Then maybe I'll spawn a bear in to help us out. I can always just activate the nuke at any time I want to, so that's that. Then 200, yeah, we have about enough HP for, we have a lot of HP. So we have 3 nukes that we can use, but not right now because we don't have enough mana for that. So alright, so we gotta get like 100 mana, and then we're gonna use we're going to use a nuke, which will help us out a lot. Alright, the nuke has to be used when the boss is slightly closer. This will help us out a lot. Okay. Okay, so far, so good. The enemies are starting to become a little bit harder, but I think it's still doable. Once that boss, this one right here, the compulsory, is close, we're gonna attack with a nuke. Alright, I think that should be close enough, right? Okay, wait, let's attack with the nuke. Igros nuke. This got rid of most of them, I believe. And then we can have, okay, we have enough. We could spawn in Beru, and then we could spawn in healer like right after. So far so good, right? So far so good. So far so good. Then we can spawn in bear like right after. Beru, by the way, per enemy that he kills will actually help out Sung Jin-woo. And also Luz does get rid of compulsory's extra stuff, so this is pretty good. Let me get another Beru in here. We need the passive of Beru. Okay, so far we are doing quite well. We're saving all of the passives and stuff like that for We're saving a nuke for later, actually. You know what? Actually, I think I should save a nuke right now. Boop. Boop, boop. Okay. I think I'm gonna try and do another nuke here if it ever becomes too difficult. Okay, can we do it though? We can always just use another nuke. We have 3 nukes that we can use. Okay, so I think it's too difficult, so I'm gonna use Song Jinwoo for our second nuke. And yeah, there we go. Wave 19. Pretty cool. Okay, we eliminated most of the enemies. It's still relatively difficult. So we are going to summon in a Beru at max cost. Okay, we can use another nuke. We're likely gonna save that nuke for later though. So our Beru is now 1 million, which is actually a lot. 1 million for Beru is a lot. This is wave 20 though, so this is kind of crazy. Okay, let's do another one. Let's summon in another Beru. So Steel should be fine at the back. He still has like 1 million, or he still has like 409,000. We could call in another Steel if it comes to that. Okay, so if it ever becomes too difficult, we're gonna use our last nuke, which is going to be the Duo. Okay. Come on, Duo. Okay, we used the Duo. This is our last nuke right here. So hopefully it's enough to beat the Rift. We are already at Rift 20. Boom. Okay. So yeah, thankfully it's... Oh no! I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Steel, come on. Steel, come on, Steel. He has to get rid of the enemies. Come on. Steel again. There we go. Steel again. Yo, we clutched it up with Steel. Okay, so we don't have anything now. We might actually be cooked here. So I think it's best to use Steel instead of Beru, because Steel has like a higher base HP. So I think that's what I'm gonna be using. But I'm no longer getting any kills. Let's see if Steel can handle this. No, Steel cannot handle it. Okay, there goes your answer, guys. He got to wave 20, which is actually pretty respectable, but I think it's just not enough really for the damage. Maybe if you had Gazelle, it would be no, actually I don't think it would be any different here. This is a solo run. I already brought Loose in, so I mean Loose's, you know, ability and stuff like that's already a huge help. But he basically soloed the entire thing, right? He basically soloed everything up until wave 20. It got a little bit harder on wave 20, so maybe it was just way too difficult. I think if you bring like another unit, like maybe Igris right here, like a spare Igris, it would have been, you know, much easier. But making him solo it is just way too difficult, bro. Making him solo the entire game mode himself, it's just not really possible. He's an overpowered unit, but it's not really the type of unit to actually go ahead and, you know, solo entire game modes. He can solo some game modes, but he's not meant to be used like that, I think. Besides, not to mention, no other unit, I believe, except for Monarch Vegeta, which is another Vanguard, can get to wave 20 alone, basically. So I think it's still a pretty good achievement that, you know, he was able to do it. Yeah, and he got like 594 million damage, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.